Qualities of leadership. Part A. Explain the role of effective leadership and identify the key leadership traits effective in the successful formulation and implementation of strategy and change management. Leaders are an important element for an organization's success. Visionary leaders are especially powerful in bringing an organization to meet its objectives. They will have a clear vision of where the company needs to be and have the ability to communicate that vision clearly to its staff. There are many schools of thought that tried to study good leadership. Some have tried to interpret the different approaches that make good leaders. For example, the trait approach assumes that leaders are born that way and display a list of similar traits of character, for example, their ability to be energetic and go-getters, have a lot of intuition and good talkers. But it was also noted that having such traits necessarily guaranteed results in shaping leaders. The behavioral approach looks at the behavior of each leader. This is simply on the actions taken by leaders rather than their actual traits of character. Are they simply effective at their job through the action they take? The power-influence approach looks at how the leader exercises power and influence over its subordinates firstly, but also its business partners and external stakeholders. This has more to do with the charisma of the leader, whereby the leader displays a good amount of social skills and dominance. The situational approach to leadership looks at how the leader is able to cope in different situations or events. This approach focuses more on the environment surrounding the leader and looks at the different factors that enable the leader to fulfill his duties. Finally, the integrative approach to leadership simply takes a multiple of approaches mentioned previously, considered together in tandem. Part B. Apply the concepts of entrepreneurship and intrapreneurship to exploit strategic opportunities and to innovate successfully. Entrepreneurship is a feature that individuals or groups of people whereby they identify and exploit opportunities for new products or services that there is a demand for in a market. Intrapreneurship is the same principle but within a company. As much as the founder of the company has shown entrepreneurship, a good leader can and should motivate his employees to do the same through intrapreneurship. This would give the employees encouragement to seek opportunities and take risks on behalf of the company. If successful, the rewards would be huge, of course. This is a new recent trend in companies, but some companies refrain from it, for the risk it may create and the lack of coordination between departments it can also create. Part C. Apply in the context of organization governance and leadership qualities, the key ethical and professional values underpinning governance. Ethics must come from the top to have the most impact. Leadership and ethics can be two sides of the same coin. Leaders are responsible that their behavior and decisions are subject to very high standards of professional ethics, and therefore trickle down into the lower levels of the organization. Leaders will not necessarily represent a single person at the top of the organization, but different agents within the organization. Top managers will obviously be responsible to determine the future strategy of the business and communicating that vision to all stakeholders, whether internal or external. They will also be in charge of building relationships within the organization to align to the strategy and be champions of change when the organization is in need of such change.